Opening day, NBAA 2014, there's an awful lot going on, and let's face it, this is an industry that has highs and lows. We've had some very interesting things to deal with as we've tried to recover from an economy that has been working slowly. But one thing is certain, this is an industry that is prepared to do business, wants to do business, and in no uncertain terms is trying to do a little bit more business year by year. But let's face it, the reason we're doing all this is so we can communicate. There is no business without communication, and boy, if that isn't an intro for Gogo, what is?
Well, thank you very much. That was a great intro. Yeah, we're very excited at the show this year. We're seeing an awful lot of traffic on the stand as well as with the halls in general. I think it speaks to the fact that the industry is still in its slow recovery, and that communications, especially broadband internet connectivity, remains right front and center of what the industry is looking for.
What does the NBAA community, the business aviation community, really need to know about Gogo Business Aviation, what you offer, where you are, and where you're going?
Great question. Today we have rebranded from AirCell to Gogo Business Aviation, so we've aligned both divisions of Gogo under one name, which represents now a fleet of almost 5,000 aircraft that are flying globally with broadband internet service of one form or another. And it's an exciting time as we see that rapid adoption of connectivity within the airline market and within business aviation. It's a testament to how important it really is to stay online all the time today when you fly. Gogo has been really active in looking at different networks to bring higher and higher data services. You can see that in the airline side of Gogo, where we've announced 2KU and GTO, which hold the promise of offering something in excess of 100 megabits per second in the satellite community. Gogo is very committed to offering similar data speeds in the air-to-ground network, and we're evaluating different technologies right now. And probably in 2015, you'll see some more concrete announcements about what our plans are to introduce the next generation of air-to-ground networks, which will offer data speeds significantly above anything else that's currently been announced.
And the thing I find interesting is, in addition to the speeds, you've been able to do this with a remarkable lack of latency.
That's true. There's always a difference between satellite and air-to-ground networks. The latency is much lower with the air-to-ground networks, which from a passenger perspective gives you this feel of extra speed. So it's a great corollary that latency is really important in terms of passenger experience.
There have been some initial announcements or some initiatives you've undertaken. Can you give us a broad overview of the most recent developments in the Gogo business platform?
A couple of announcements we've had at the show here. One is to do with fan services over Iridium. Airlines and business aviation operators are looking for a way to introduce fans with the mandated changes coming up for the next few years. And we're pleased to announce that our access system is now fan certified. We have a relationship with Dassault where that's now available for operators of Dassault aircraft. We've also added a moving map to our IFE product, Gogo Vision, so we're actually able to offer streaming movies as well as moving map capability. And that all hosts on our groundbreaking UCS Universal Communications Cabin Server.
The introduction of any new product always opens up a real interesting corollary with customers in regards to what they learn as they use it, and more important, what they're trying to get you to develop from there on out. What are your customers telling you at this early stage of the game?
They're looking for reliability more than anything. Connectivity and communications is now seen as almost as important to be on the MEL list. In some of our cases, some of our operators, if the internet isn't working, it's as important as whether the engines are working. So reliability is really key, and we're really focused on that. Over and above that, it's the value-added services you can introduce that differentiate you, such as Gogo Text and Talk, which is the ability to use your own phone with your own phone number to actually receive calls on board the aircraft, send and receive text in flight. So it's reliability and value-added services that act as true communication differentiators.
Aero-TV is brought to you by
Meet SAM, the new 2-inch standby attitude module from Mid-Continent Instruments and Avionics. SAM offers selectable horizontal and vertical orientation like no other, guaranteeing the perfect fit within any panel. Learn more at flysam.com.